Hello everybody and welcome back to Tournament of the Old World, as we have the prelims here, starting with a rather spooky evening as Jeffrey the referee lets us know that things are indeed a go-go. And we're heading on to the territory of the Vampire Coast. Basically, spooky vampire pirates. Today's battle we have Luthor Harkon's forces taking on Cylostra? I don't 100% know on the pronunciation on her name. But she's an undead Bretonnian opera singer. So their force is an interesting mix of basically zombie pirates and a smattering of vampires and stuff. We have a unit of deck droppers with handguns. These are giant bats, as you can see, who are carrying a zombie equipped with a very sort of rusty musket. But I'm sure it still works. They assure me it does. Next to that, we have some animated hulks. These are the rotting bodies of ogres who have been basically corrupted by all manner of weird sea life. It's frankly quite disgusting. They're a terrifying-looking force. Then we also have a unit of mortars. It's a rather interesting mix of unit types within the zombie pirates here. Apologies if this one is a little dark. It was a good fight, though, so I'll take it from... Well, I'll take where I can get it. We have the deck gunners, who are a unit of very long-range, hard-hitting infantry there that can whittle away at the force. That's the rear line. The front line of Luthor Harkon's force consists of some depth guard. Now, these are actual vampires. You can see they've got glowing eyes and everything. Very fancy armor. These are your vampire infantry of the Vampire Coast faction. Then we have the rank and file, the zombie pirate deckhands mob. They're a hybrid melee and ranged unit capable of firing pistols at the enemy and then also going in with their melee weapons when needed. And then a unit of polearm equipped zombie pirate deckhands, as you can see. So there's quite a generous mix there. I missed one. It was the zombie pirate gunnery mob who... oh, sorry, they're the ones with the pistols. The rest of them are just frontline. So, as I said, you've got some interesting hybridization there of the units. And then we've got Luthor himself, who is a hybrid weapon infantry. He casts a few spells. He likes to shoot things. He's got an eye patch. He's the most piratey man of the lot. So, across from him, as I said, is Cylostra Direfin, who has a frankly frightening mount in the form of a giant... I don't know if it's undead or whether it's just a tamed crab thing. Now, I'm thalassophobic, so looking at this thing is a little bit freaky for me. The idea of a gigantic sea creature is not something I'm very much fun with. But there's Cylostra there, hovering on the top. She's a ghost, and she wants to get revenge. She's also brought her own unit of mortars. She has her own unit of animated hulks. Let me see over here, hard-hitting infantry, her own zombie pirate gunnery mob. And she has a unique unit as well here that we haven't seen, the bloated corpse. These are also ogres, but they have a rather interesting one-shot ability. The capability to explode, causing massive damage. She's got her own gunnery mob. She's got her own units of zombie pirate deckhands, and also backed by her own unit of deck gunners. So we'll see how this goes. She doesn't have any flying infantry, from what I can tell. The bloated corpse and such. Oh no, she does have her own deck droppers over here. Giant bats carrying zombies. So let's see how it goes. As it was rolled, Cylostra is the attacker in this battle, and it's a rather divided battlefield, as we've got this large piece of scenery here that's going to force the armies to split into two distinct forces unless they decide to obviously go around as one large force, but that could be quite difficult. Spell being cast there on the mortars. Spiteful shot, giving it higher accuracy, which it's going to need as the rounds start flying in. This is important for an attacking force to get as many kills as humanly possible as those mortars come in, screeching in and hit the depth guard. That is a nasty hit. We're talking about a very elite unit here for the Vampire Coast faction, especially for Luthor's forces. Now, Luthor has his own mortar, but unfortunately, because the AI is a little bit screwy in this update since the Chaos Dwarfs came out, the artillery is a bit strange, and only one side ever seems to want to use them up until a certain point. I've also noticed that trees do this weird thing where they rotate. Ooh, look at the trees. So, as we see the zombie army slowly shuffle forward. We're seeing some more rounds likely raining in, and as we can see, Cylostra's force has split into two distinct forces. The depth guard continue to be hit, and this seems to have spurred Luthor's forces into action. The deck gunners now getting into position to start firing on any incoming forces. I don't know how many of the enemy can still be seen. There's a lot of trees ahead. They've got eyes on something. It looks like they're firing. Yep, it looks like they're firing at the deck droppers. This is where the deck gunners' range will definitely come into its own here. Oh no, they've switched targets. It looks like they're hitting zombie pirates, is it? No, they're firing at Cylostra. She is the target. That's bad. That is a bad thing. You definitely do not want the leader of an undead faction being hit. They're the very thing that keeps the force intact, literally. Yeah, there was a hero unit, a gunnery wight, that was also one of Luthor's. That's a special range unit, but I'm not sure how long he's going to live as Cylostra smacks him away with her giant sea monster. We've got a spell being cast. She summoned a unit of the Damned Knights, a unique spell for Cylostra, where she brings in a unit of Bretonian knights, ghostly, spectral knights, of course, charging in as her giant, ancient, freakish monster just smashes through, crushing zombies underneath. It's crabby pincers. We've got it's all gone mad. It's all gone mad over here. The depth guard are engaging the animated hulks and seem to have done quite a lot of damage due to being equipped with pole arms, and those are large creatures. There's a huge fight going on in the middle. I don't know if the bloated corpse has or hasn't exploded at this point. It probably has. We're not sure. I may have missed that one, but I'm pretty sure the bloated corpse is no more. We have a case of the animated hulks are slowly starting to break apart. Despite all the damage done to the depth guard, they're still intact. But the main takeaway from this is Cylostra Direfin is starting to lose her hit points. She's rapidly falling here. She's disintegrating due to the damage done. She's down. Oh, this is a very bad development. This is not going to bode well. The damn Knights Errant will not last very long now with no more magic to sustain them. They're all going to start crumbling. Their lord is dead. There is nothing left to maintain these rotting forms, these zombies. There's bullets raining in from all sides. Luthor Harkon sat there in the trees. He's casting the odd spell here and there. The gunnery wight is firing at targets. We've got one of Luthor's zombie pirates is starting to also collapse due to the damage he's received. But honestly, that's going to be small beans considering all the damage that's currently being done here. We've got a big old fight going on with the zombie pirates. We've got the animated hulks there. You can see the horrendous, like the giant fish creature inside the chest cavity of that undead ogre, and it's just swishing its horrendous tongue. I don't even want to know how these things work. Fantasy monsters, definitely that. Luthor's Death Guard are now getting involved there. They've obviously dealt with the hulks. The undead, ghostly apparition knights have all been killed off as we're getting closer and closer now to some kind of resolution of this battle. You can see at the top of the screen the allied troop count is slowly pushing. It's still relatively equal at the moment, but the deck gunners combined with the deck hands, we've got Luthor who's decided to also move up. He's started to cast a few spells here and there. He's buffing the gunnery wight with an enchanted ballistics. More accuracy for high damage ranged infantry unit there. More of Cylostra's forces are starting to disintegrate. It's kind of even over here, but no, there we go. There's the zombie pirate deckhand mob is starting to disintegrate. They are no more at this point, and that is it. Jeff has called the battle. It's counted as a Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless for Luthor Harkon. So if we have a look at what both sides are bringing, 584 to 509, so Luthor had the numbers advantage. Lost 313 though, which is still a significant number. Luthor himself, he did very little, but he did do a fair amount of damage. The gunnery wight acquitted himself well with 21 kills. The zombie pirate deckhand's 19. Another entire unit was completely wiped out. Now I suspect that might have been where the bloated corpse came in. It did blow up, it did kill 23 units, so it may have hit the depth guard, I think, actually. The deckhand's pole arms. I mean, overall, it was pretty generous, other than that one zombie pirate deckhand's mob that just didn't seem to do anything, and his mortars, which didn't fire a single shot, as far as I could tell. The rest of his force acquitted itself fairly well. Cylostra, for the brief time that she was around, with 38 kills, and then a smattering across the board. Her pyro gunnery mob got a single kill. The deck droppers didn't get a single thing. 5 kills for the mortar. Her forces definitely struggled a bit. It was a bit of a one-sided fight in the end, and well, that was it. But we'll see how it goes next time as we have Aranessa Saltspire taking on Lord Noctilus. So we'll see you then for that, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.